Some friendships do not begin with words. They start with small gestures, tiny pieces of kindness that grow day by day. This is the story of Lily, a quiet little girl who lived in a small wooden house at the edge of the forest. Lily was not like other children. She did not laugh too loud or run too fast, but she noticed things. She saw the way the light danced on the trees at sunset, and she listened to the wind as it whispered through the tall grass. And she always noticed the crows. Most people called crows pests. They thought of them as annoying, loud, or even frightening. But Lily saw something different. To her, the crows looked curious, clever, and maybe even lonely. One morning, Lily did something no one else had thought to do. She placed a small piece of bread on the stone wall outside her house and waited. At first, nothing happened. The breeze rustled the leaves, and the world seemed unchanged. But then, a flicker of black wings appeared. A single crow landed, watched her with a tilted head, took the bread, and flew away. Lily smiled at the crow's visit. The next day, she placed another piece of bread on the wall. Then she did it again. And again. By the end of the week, there were 5 crows, then 8. Soon, a whole noisy, flapping, hopping crowd gathered. They waited on the roof, on the fence, and in the trees, always watching, always waiting. And Lily kept feeding them. She did not ask for anything in return. She simply enjoyed their company, their presence, and the quiet connection that was forming between them. One morning, something changed. Instead of a piece of bread, Lily found a gift. It was a shiny red button, sitting exactly where she usually placed the food. Small, simple, and meaningful, it fit perfectly in her tiny hand. She was puzzled, but deeply moved. The next day there was another gift, a bead, then a paper clip, a tiny gear from a broken watch. All the gifts were clean, carefully placed, and clearly brought by the crows. No one could explain it. Her parents thought it was strange. Some people said it was coincidence, others called it impossible. But Lily knew better. She had made a connection, a silent bond with creatures the world ignored or feared. In the months that followed, the gifts kept coming. Little treasures appeared, things that looked like trash to others but felt like gold to her. She stored them in a small wooden box under her bed, organizing them by color, size, and shape. Each time she opened that box, she smiled, because each object told a story, a memory, a moment of kindness given and returned. By her 10th birthday, the box held over 110 items. No one knew where the crows found these treasures. Some were too strange to explain, like the tiny porcelain doll hand or the perfectly round marble with a swirl of gold inside. They missed her, just as she had missed them. Years passed. Lily grew older. The visits became less frequent and life moved on. But the gifts did not stop completely. Even as a teenager, she would find the occasional feather tied to a string or a coin balanced on the railing. These were little reminders that the crows had not forgotten her, and that their bond still lingered, quiet and strong. One day when Lily was older and packing to leave for college, she found the old wooden box again. She opened it and every piece was still there, all 110 items, just as she remembered. She did not take them with her. Instead, she left the box in her room, under the bed, with a piece of bread on the windowsill. Their bond, built on kindness and trust, would never truly fade.